Welcome back. It's well known that women have biological clocks or an ideal age to have children, but new research suggests that men have biological clocks too, and for couples who wait later in life to have kids, it might be a factor. At 35, Lee Gwaltney has a 4-year-old and a child on the way. He says he and his wife's decision to start a family had little to do with science. What age would you say is too old for a man to have a kid?
50. I think if you have to worry about living through their high school years, then you should second guess that.
Men have certainly proven they can have kids later in life. Paul McCartney was a new dad at 61. Steve Martin was 67. But Dr. Stanley Pro at the Tulsa Fertility Center agrees with increasing data that shows men do have biological clocks.
As men age, do we have a biological clock? Yes, we do age. It's a more subtle thing.
Regardless, the Centers for Disease Control has seen a trend in men waiting to have children. The rate of men 34 and younger having kids has been declining since the mid-2000s, while the rate for men 35 and older having kids is rising.
The big concerns that people are now beginning to bring up are what are the effects genetically of older dads on their kids?
While he says more studies are needed to determine a link between autism and other genetic disorders to older dads, his job is to explain the risks.
What we do know is that males' fertility potential decreases as you get older.
He says an aging man's health issues like diabetes or hypertension, lowering testosterone levels, and decreasing reproductive qualities can make getting pregnant more difficult. Surprisingly, he says, the drop in a man's fertility can start in his mid-30s.
I mean, like you said, we're just talking about guys in their 50s and 60s, but now we're talking about you need to be thinking about it in your early 30s because it's going to change when you're 35, gets worse at 40, and that's well documented.
Facts that Lee says he doesn't take lightly, but will save for another time.
Oh man, I'm 35, so I'm definitely feeling the effects of getting older, but I don't feel like I'm in a rush to do anything right now.
Well, in addition to health issues, Dr. Pro says smoking and drinking habits, history of drug use, and frequency in hot tubs or saunas can all affect fertility.